and welcome! This is Brian Smith live in the Forbidden Library, and today we are reading more of the Colosseum pilot episode. Welcome everyone. Did you enjoy my new start screen? I previewed it at the end of the last stream after Lethal Company, but I know a lot of people had to go after that because that stream went on a wee longer than expected. But it was fun. It was fun. Yeah, it's a me! Fancy seeing you here on my channel. We never would have expected me. But hello everyone. Hello Normal Size Phantom. Hello Luke. Hello Void. Hello Jake. Hello Q. Hello Boris. Welcome, 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 welcome. And welcome to anyone who's lurking. Hello. To answer your question, Void, I while we were waiting, I updated the hello. I updated the description, so the link, if you give your screen a little refresh, you should be able to go down into my description, and there'll be a Fiverr link to the artist where I paid for my art, for the pretty art, which I will show off on Twitter and in the Discord later on after the stream, but I wanted to show it off on the stream first. Yeah, it's very pretty. Very happy with it. It's one of the things I've been cooking recently with some of that extra cash I had this month. We improve the streams. We do. It's good. And I am good. I've been a little sleepy today. I went to the gym and then I had to go to Costco, and then I came home and I just kind of curled up on the sofa and slept for an hour. So I've had a nice nap today. I really needed it. But now we read. I have been big EP today. We will try to chase off the EP for 2 hours just so we can read some book. We are 20%, 27% through this. You just got up from a nap. I hope your nap was wonderful, Rahel, and you should hydrate after your nap. That's what I needed to do. The saddest thing is my boyfriend had made me a cuppa just before I went for this nap, because I didn't intend to nap. I just kind of curled up on the sofa, and next thing I knew, I was asleep. So I had a cold cup of tea to wake up to. Luckily, it was a chai. And when you microwave a chai tea, it still holds more of its flavor than a normal ass cup of tea does when you microwave it. Toast for the hydro, homies. Hydrate. Indubitably hydrate. Do not dehydrate. Make sure you have hydration, everyone. Yeah, that was my day. What, Luke? Better not. Yeah, you're cool. No, I knew it. I knew that was coming. I knew it. Oi! Oi! Yeah, I didn't tell you to come in. Actually, no, I prefer this. Now I think about it, I kind of prefer this to when I'm playing Pokemon or something and everyone's calling me stupid. I prefer being called I'm cool. I'm starting to appreciate that a bit more now after being bullied a little bit. Lovingly bullied, obviously. But bullied. Should we read some book? Well, no. I gotta do the recap. That's the word. Recap. We gotta recap first. So we've only done one stream of this book. So luckily, there's not too much to recap on. We've read about a quarter of it already, though, mind you. True. Water is good in most situations. By the way, can you get a British water? Yeah, you can get a British water. Of course you can get a British water. Gotta go drink your water. Go get your water. Hydro omies and whatnot. You read the book. Yeah, I read the book. We read quarter of the book. In the book. So it's based in 2060, I believe. There is this cool one-on-one VR game thing where it's like a full mechanical sleeve over the person and it like reacts to all their movements and everything, and they have like different character avatars they can take on, and there's this one guy called Cypher who's really cool and he's a gamer and he makes gamer decision on things, And he's risen up the ranks quite well because a lot of people who jump into this game are martial artists and things like that, because it's a lot more physically demanding than most other games are. But the problem, poor Cypher, he's developed some bad arthritis, and he may not be able to play for much longer. And then there's Ken, who is going to beat a door, apparently. Ken is a very serious martial artist man who has also rose up the ranks. And he's been shown to be a little bit of a goody two-shoes right now. He's very well loved. He's a very good sportsman and everything. And we just had the fight between Cypher and Ken, and they were fighting it out and everything. And Ken was using this like jungle cat avatar thing where he could like summon forests and vines and stuff. Will they beat a door though? I don't know. The door may beat him. We have no idea. And Cypher was using this like paladin dude with wolves. And Ken was winning until Cypher was low health and decided his best move was to basically sacrifice himself for one of his wolves, because one of his wolves was still full health. And apparently that triggered some kind of hidden skill thing, and his wolf got majorly powered up, and Ken basically lost to the might of God with just paladin stuff. I don't know what happened. And somehow Cypher unlocked like a hidden ability with that character. And that's how basically what we got up to. We had like a pre-match sort of interview after with Cypher, and he was like, yeah, I unlocked a thing. And I was like, oh my god. And now we're going to Ken, who I don't blame him for being absolutely fucking pissed, because I would be too. It's like, bro, I won. And then some kind of like arse pull hidden skill comes out. Yeah, I don't blame him for being mad. So let's see just how mad he is. Just how beaten that door is gonna be. Ken logged out. The console lowered to the ground while spinning outward. The top lifted to seated Ken. He was done. Finished. His face, usually so composed, looked indifferent. He looked like he went 10 rounds with the universe. He leaned forward, exiting the console. He made his way to his bedroom. A misstep towards the door had him reaching out to catch himself against the wall. I only had 50% health. I killed him. His goddamn dog one-shots me? What a fucking trash game. I dedicated my life to this shit. There's no transparency. They pull game mechanics out of their ass. This isn't a real competition. I'm sure I've seen other instances of Uthurians sacrificing themselves at low HP to keep a high HP wolf alive. It was a weak, desperate move. Lucky piece of shit. Garbage game with garbage devs. Yeah, fair. Honestly, fair. You're watching on your TV because your iPad is charging, so you're gonna look. No worries. Have fun with your luckiness. You chill on your sofa while watching you. That means I'm really big. Hello. Large me. Typical Smash player. Correct. Instead of opening his door to the hallway, he started wailing on it. Left, right, left. Ken's face getting angrier and angrier until there was a hole in the middle that could fit his fist through. Ken stumbled to his bed. With splinters in his hands and arms moistened by blood. Completely exhausted. Salty talk is realistic. Yeah. Sounds like a League player or something. Or a Smash player. Yep, also. At least I can beat a fucking door! Of course you can, Ken. Well done, you beat that door. He can win against a door. Congrats. He wanted everyone in the hotel to know he could beat up a door. For the first time in a long time, Ken had lost control. He felt free for a moment. There was something about losing complete composure for a change that relaxed Ken. He embraced the anger and it felt good. And he let go of trying to be Mr. Perfect for everyone. The pain from his hands and arms had mixed with the adrenaline from his anger. Endorphins flooded his bloodstream. He felt his muscles loosen up, and the pain faded, giving way to the comfort of his cool foam bed. So, we answered the question. He can, in fact, beat a door, and he's proud of it. Oh, lordy. Oh, lordy, he's so angry, and I don't blame him. I really don't. It's so stupid. Honest reaction when you're not enough. He is not enough. He's not found his Kenny. He's not found his enoughness yet. Ken be like, he won because I lost. Basically. I don't blame him a little bit, because if he's like, it's a hidden thing in this game that for some reason there was a bit of an arse Deus Ex Machina on his side, and I'd be pissed too. But, bro, the start of a toxic gamer career. Yep, he is on a path now. Hey Emmett, come over here. You need to see the interview with Ken from last night. He didn't paint us in a good light, and unfortunately for us, the interview is gaining traction. Many fighters are coming forward, voicing their concern on the forums. People saying stuff like, RNG in a fighting game has no place. Hey, Bryony, did you acknowledge my question? Which one? The, Sorry, Void. Oh, hey, Bryony, since I can't join your Minecraft server quite yet, I've decided to build an underwater library in the realm. You can come and visit. Oh, that's cute! Maybe if I have time. I'm a busy lady. Most of my free time is used recharging. But yeah, that would be cute. Maybe we could do like a little special stream that I can just come into your realm. We could have a little fun. We can mess around a little bit. Have a break from my world a little bit. That would be nice. Emmett turned his head, listening and nodding. More people upset, you say? I never would have guessed. Bryce was no stranger to Emmett's sarcasm. Well, I thought you'd want to know about it. Yeah, okay, I get it. Let's see. Roll the tape. Start the show. Let's hear some more complaining. We have 10 million active users, you know? Someone out there is enjoying our game. Is it so much to ask to have someone happy with us go viral? Yes, Emmett, that is way too much to ask for, Bryce said before hitting the play on his tablet. The interview began. Emerald-eyed Ashana was sitting cross-legged on the couch next to Ken, with her green dress draping over the edge of the red carpet underneath. That is a way to spell Emmett. Double M's. Double M, double T. Ken was failing to hold his frustration from defeat. Oh yeah, one little thing. The author did watch the VOD from last time, and he was actually really happy with your guys' feedback and the feedback he got from it in general. He's generally was very thrilled to see it from a reader's point of view, so it's very nice. I'm really happy that you got something out of my streams as well. So this has been useful for him as well, and we get a nice story, and he gets good feedback on his plot. He was thinking about going back as well and doing another rough draft, because like he didn't realize that maybe he'd missed out Rengo's description, and there was the point about the inflation as well, the inflation charges for 2060 and all that sort of stuff. You guys came up with some cool things, and he's taking it on board. It's very exciting. Ken was failing to hold frustration of defeat. Hey, pause for a second, Emmett said. Bryce paused the video and asked, what's up? Have you ever seen Ken angry before? In the last 3 years of him competing. Bryce furrowed his brow, shaking his head as he thought, nah, I can't say I have. That's why I wanted to show you this. He's not normally one to complain. Yeah, true. I agree, I guess. Let's hear him out. Hit resume. Ashana, sensing Ken's frustration, opened the interview as calmly as possible. That was the closest fight I've seen in a long time, Ken. You've obviously been training. The way you moved so fast the whole fight and barely got tired. You look in great shape. How do you stay so dedicated? Ken looked Ashana dead in the face and said, That's an extremely sweet question. I appreciate your tact. You can ask what you want, though. There's no need to coddle. You said inflation, and then I immediately thought of inflating a thing that wasn't money until it's monetary inflation. I see. Not salty for 3 years of gaming, unrealistic. That's because he's not a gamer. He's a martial artist. He's a martial artist that tried to be a gamer, and now the gaming has finally gotten to him. The crowd was taken aback. This was not like Ken. Ash had his eyes lit up and a smile find her way to the forefront. Ooh, big strong Ken doesn't need coddling, huh? Big tough guy Ken. The crowd and Ken started to laugh and loosen up. Ash Hannah was good. There we go. Come on now. We gotta have some fun. I know you lost, but it was a great fight. Nothing to be upset about, right, tough guy? Ken was nodding, and he did feel more relaxed. Ken felt something around Ash Hannah. Felt at peace. Even in what should be his lowest point, she made him feel at home. She's beautiful. Oh, he's got a crush. A Zen monk could get salty over games. Games just like that. It just took a while to get him, that's all. Ash Hannah, can we pause this interview for a second? I want to thank you for calming me down. You're an amazing host. The Colosseum is lucky to have you. Ash Hannah bounced up and down slightly on the couch and had a huge grin on her face. I do my best. Now back to you. What freaking happened out there, man? Explain that wolf's power at the end. How did it defeat you? You were at 50% and Cypher was done. It looked like the fight was yours. Ken's frustration reared its ugly head once again. Well, I don't know what that was. That's why I'm having trouble processing this one. There are things in this game that we have never seen. I'm trying to be the best there is. I want to be a champion. And how can I do that when there are just random aspects of the game that I have absolutely zero knowledge of? It's anti-competitive. If we want to compete in coin flipping, we wouldn't need the consoles, would we? I mean, you have to get it out of your system somehow, indubitably. Ash Hannah had a concerned look. I understand your frustration, Ken. You want to feel as though you're in control of your destiny. I don't think anyone can judge you for that. Exactly, Ash Hannah. It's absurd. These devs, they baited fighters into what's supposed to be the perfect form of martial arts, fighting with no risk of injury. That's what they marketed to us. Fighting in competition, not fantasy flipping coins. A champion. Oh yeah, Briny. Where's the kitchen? I'm pants for directions. I don't know. Don't you know where your own kitchen is? Ken couldn't help his frustrations any longer and logged out. The interview was cut cold. Ash Hannah was left hanging and embarrassed alone on the couch. Was it something I said? Even the crowd was stunned. Ken never lost his cool. For once, Ash Hannah didn't bounce back. She was visibly sad on stage, surrounded by shocked fans of the Colosseum. Finally, she snapped out of it and switched back to host mentality. Let's give Ken a break. A traumatic defeat, our hero has suffered, and we can't take for granted the passion the man has shown us tonight. I believe he wants to be champion more than anyone in the Colosseum. I have a feeling he's going to bounce back more lethal than ever. Thank you for watching tonight's Colosseum match. For me and our entire production team, it's been a pleasure, and we'll see you next time. Imagine calling game knowledge exploration anti-competitive, and the only way you get this knowledge is by competing. Oh, salty talk is making you salty. Oh no. It means it's good salty talk. It's too good. The salty talk is too good. Okay, that seemed to go over your head. Have you played Pokemon Sword and Shield? I'm pants for direction is Leon's line. I mean, I'm pants for directions is just a way of saying I'm bad for directions. I definitely didn't get a reference from it. Oh look, there's your joke over my head. Chapter 11, Jimmy rebounds. So I didn't mention Jimmy in my recap because he wasn't that important. He's basically a Ken fanboy. I think his dad must work for the Colosseum or something, and he's able to get into the gym where Ken trains and just kind of watches him train. And he just loves Ken. So let's see how he's taking Ken's salt. Ken's salty seems tasty though. Let's have a mug of Ken's salty tears. Jimmy had taken Ken's loss hard. He missed homework assignments and got a C on a test. Mark wanted to find the balance between giving him space and making sure his grades didn't suffer too much. Mark could hear the door unlocking, and sure enough, in came Jimmy and Tammy. Jimmy ran in with a grin on his face, shouting, "Dad! Dad! Dad, you wouldn't believe it! We had a surprise visitor from the Colosseum today!" Mark was taken aback. "One of the fighters came to your school? Who was it?" "Cypher!" Mark's eyes expanded in interest. "Oh, whoa, that's really great. Yeah, he spent 2 hours with our class talking to us and hanging out. He signed my hat, look!" Mark never thought he would be jealous of his own son at such a young age. "Cypher signed your hat? He doesn't normally do stuff like that. That's extremely rare. Take good care of that hat, Jimmy." "Okay, Dad, I will." Jimmy already had something cooler than anything Mark owned. I wonder if I could trade no chores for a week or something. No, that wouldn't be right. Right? Jimmy, I got a deal for you. No chores for a week if you give your dad that hat. He was halfway up the stairs, already running to put his bag away. "No way!" You go, Jimmy. You go, Jimmy. You don't give in to your dad. I could, like, if somehow I got something signed from a member of Queen, one of the surviving members of Queen, I feel like my dad would do the same thing. And Mark laughed and turned to Tammy. "Hey, sweetheart, how was the store? Did they have everything you wanted?" Tammy was unloading the groceries into the fridge. "Yeah, I found some really fresh-looking ribeyes on sale, and we'll have tonight with some mashed potatoes and asparagus. How does that sound? Fucking lovely! Can I have some?" "Sounds perfect. I'm almost done with this article. What are you writing about?" Mark sat in the dining room chair, took his reading glasses off, and rubbed his eyes. There are a lot of people on the Evolution forum discussing the developers' lack of transparency. That Ken interview set fire to the community. A lot of players want the game to revolve solely around your own skill as a martial artist. No game tricks, as some of the fighters call them. Ooh, that sounds juicy. I am gonna read it. "Only a week of chores. Dad needs to up his navigation skills and throw in some ice cream." Yeah, ice cream, maybe a trip to Mackey's, something like that. Those are contrabands. They are the authority's belongings. The authority of Dad. Hey, it's under my, like, some dads would just claim it, wouldn't they? Just be like, "No." She said with no intention of reading. Oh, I know some partners that would be like... They both laughed, and Tammy went upstairs to remind Jimmy about his homework. Mark could hear Jimmy faintly. "I'm working on it right now, Mom!" He felt relieved Jimmy had rebounded. Cypher helping kids. Who would have thought? Sounded like Jimmy was staying on top of his homework and listening to his mother. That made Mark feel good. The dinner Tammy described was making it hard to focus on finishing the article. The mashed potatoes were always the perfect amount of butter. Butter whipped into the perfect consistency with salt and pepper distributed evenly throughout. His stomach was making itself known. I love a bit of mashed potato. Yeah, devs should make the game purely skill, and with purely skill I mean removing every sort of creative game mechanics. Yeah, I think that's the main part of the clash of this, is that they've invited people who aren't gamers to play it. Like I said, he's a martial artist, he's not a gamer. And that's caused this clash. It's not 100%. It's questionable. Is this just... should it be adjusted to be something of a martial arts sport rather than a game? 'Tis the question. If I could just forget the game and throw dice, flip coins, throw dice, heck yeah! And hire Ronald McDonald Clown, and when the kid asks where the hamburgers come from, the clown just says, oh yeah, you know how you get burgers in those survival games? Well, we use a cow farm meat. Imagine not being a gamer, yep. Like you see in Minecraft, Naruhodo. Tammy was 7 weeks pregnant and was just trucking on through, continuing to take care of the family with healthy meals and a functioning home. Pretty soon he would need to start helping more. Work had been steady lately with all the evolution drama. People loved reading about upcoming fights and the betting lines, fantasy league advice, and most of all, drama between devs, gamers, and the martial artists. Mark was one of the first to use his writing talent to cover everything evolution and everything evolution had to offer. There was a huge reader base that was interested, and it fueled Mark to meet the demand. Yeah, fair. He found his writing niche, and you know what? That is gold. That is a gold mine right there. Nah, dude, devs did the right thing to do. Every battle is influenced by luck. It really is, because I mean, even the area, like the area that they were fighting in, like the active volcano, that was like a really lucky break, specifically on Cypher's end. But Ken still was gonna beat him, like. I don't know. That was the least violent way I could think of telling that joke. Fair dues. Down and out. Ken's arms were covered in splinters. Dashes of blood stained the sheets from him failing to give a fuck. And he was exhausted, filled to the brim with self-pity. I should have won. He walked over and grabbed his medical kit. He pulled out pliers and hydrogen peroxide so he could get to work on his door-beating wounds. After taking a seat on his bed, he propped himself up with some pillows and grabbed his tablet off his side of the bed. Ken found the Twitch app, so Twitch is still around in 2060, and noticed Ash Hannah was live streaming League of Legends 3! Oh, League 3. We're never going to have a League 3 though, because League 1 will never go away. Ever. He immediately thought back to their interview together. He felt guilty about his attitude. I shouldn't have ditched her. She was so nice, and I just bailed. Ash Hannah looked to be having a rough game. Chat was not being the nicest after she got caught and fed the enemy team a shutdown. I have no idea what that means. I know not this league lingo you speak of. I have never played it. The team was all raging at her, and the enemy juggler was now linking his stream in the in-game all chat. Ash Hannah looked to her right and glanced over her chat. Uh-oh, wrecked. That was obviously warded, Ash Hannah. Yo, Ash Hannah, I'm gonna go check out that jungler's stream. Peace, get good, lol, pog. Pog would definitely not still be a thing in 2060. Enemy juggler, did I say that wrong? Enemy juggler, juggler, words. The enemy jungler, lol. It's okay, Ash Hannah, you'll get him next time. No scope, we love you. 420 no scope. Full Metal Yellow Jacket. Show boobs, please, of course. This is why I VTube. You can't see my pointer, but I'm pointing at Full Metal Jacket's thing. Message deleted. Full Metal Yellow Jacket has been timed out from chat. As he should. I bet they're still waiting on Elder Scrolls 6 in 2060. They probably are. Hey, Bryony, could you play Skyrim for 4,000 so special? I could! That's a good suggestion, Void. That's a good suggestion because I have been racking my brain. I have no idea what to do for 4K. I didn't have time to think about it. It just happened and I was like, oh shit, what do I do? I had the crochet streaming plan. I had the Lethal Company I did ages ago, and I already had that kind of cooking, so that was fine. But 4K's just come out of nowhere. But Skyrim I can do. Skyrim we can do. I will get Skyrim on the schedule for next week. We will play Skyrim. Done. Suffering from success. Exactly! It doesn't give me enough time! Hello, Java Hopper, welcome! Hey, can you smoke weed at 470 subs? No. No, I will not be doing drugs on stream, thank you. That is against the T's and C's of YouTube! And I will get banned. So no, I will not. I really want you to read the... No, we're not reading about the lusty Argonian maid. No. No. I've heard the legends of the lusty Argonian maid. I would rather not read it. Ugh, it's not always pretty, chat. You should know about that by now. What do you want me to say? Instead of getting discouraged, she gave the stream a pleasant grin as she waited to respawn. Ken was laid back, admiring her resilience. He had removed 9 splinters from his arms and couldn't seem to find any more. He applied the hydrogen peroxide and let it soak while turning his attention back to Ashana's stream. No heaving bosoms allowed on stream, except for Sonics. Indubitably no heaving bosoms are definitely allowed on stream. No. Ashana was halfway down the middle lane in her game, and the rest of her team actually decided to join her for a change. Her head started bobbing to one of her favourite songs, and she forgot all about the fact that she had blundered earlier. One of the opponents, who had been doing extremely well the entire game, engaged Ashana's support. Ashana reacted and landed 2 of her abilities, defending her teammates while mixing in auto attacks. Now singing to the song she had on stream, when we thought that we couldn't rise any higher, the world started to crumble down. She was getting into the flow state of a streamer. That once in a rare occasion where you're playing well, the right song is on and the Twitch chat wasn't asking you for nudes or the stars align. I'm so glad I don't have that issue. I've been asked once, technically, and that is it. Oh, I didn't know that was against TOS. Oh, okay. But, Aw, thank you, Red Candy Guy. Thank you for the Skyrim funds or any other game. I'm gonna check my Steam. I'm pretty sure either I have it or it's in the shared library that my boyfriend has. One of us will have Skyrim, I'm pretty sure. Send noodles. No, I will not send you noodles. Skyrim. Da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba. I have a friend who will be absolutely bloomin' thrilled. Yeah, I have it. It's on. I got it on one of the Steams. We're good. Skyrim is my jam. We will play some Skyrim. We can play some Skyrim for 4K. I'm terrible at it, so you know, cause it's. I don't know. Can I say I'm terrible at it? I barely played it, to be honest. I don't tend to get into the Lord of the not the Elden. No, wait, that's oh my god. And it said Lord of the Rings, and it said Elden Rings. We're talking about Elder Scrolls. Ugh. Does the Forbidden Library have a food court? It does have a little kitchen in my little living quarters in here. And I can ask the fairies for things, but they are very limited on what I can get where I live, really. I think they jump through the portal where I came in, and then they get thingy. 4K ducks. Lord of the Scrolls of the Elden Lord Scrolls. Lord of the fantasy games. Wait, one of them's not a fantasy game, but it is like the daddy of fantasy, to be fair. Fantasy daddy. Lord of the Rings. The 7 remaining players dove into the fight, assisting Ashana, while she kept on singing to the stream. 2 lovers with their heart on fire. Let's hope we won't cool down. They were winning the fight. Ashana managed to stay alive at 30% health and was now in the back line, firing away. She let her ultimate ability go, and it connected. A wave of bullets engulfed the opponents. Massive damage with her favourite champion, Misfortune. The enemies melted and Ashana rallied the team, typing in chat, "Yay team!" The team pushed forward and destroyed the opponent's nexus, ending the game. Victory! Ken was flat out enjoying the stream and had completely forgotten about whatever he was upset about. Ashana was beautiful! Oh my god, he's got a crush! Can you play it with mods, Briny? I have a few suggestions, like snarky loading screens and open cities and recorder companion, I guess. I could have a look. Are mods in Skyrim pretty easy to put in? Is there like a thing? Is it like a thing on like a workshop, like a on Steam, because that would make life easier. Skyrim. Yay me! Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Use Nexus mods. I don't know what that is. You can get a chicken mount! Sorry, I was just having a quick look at the thingy workshop. I'll need to look into how to do them, but I don't see why not. I assume I have some friends who know how to do this who can help me out as well. So, I'm sure we could do it. There's a website you can install mods from. I assume so. It'll be easy enough to put together. Ashana was beautiful, had a great singing voice, and to do that while carrying a team fight, she was special. What girl can do something like that? He wanted. Oh god, this is. He wanted her. I hate that. I hate sentences like that. It just gives me the creeps! I don't like that! Nope. Ken decided right there he would try to distract himself from Evo and ask her out. Ken slid down his pillows that had been propping him up, feeling a lot better. He still had Ashana on in the background, but was now looking up the ceiling, daydreaming about how he would go about asking her. Chat, I know you don't like it when I cheat on you, but I have a date with Cypher on Friday night. Is that crazy? Am I crazy for saying yes to him? What do you all think about him, chat? Haha! Oh my god! What girl could do something like that? Definitely the girl reading this. Yeah, I could do something like that. When he slid down after going he wanted her, honestly, I thought about that he may have been wanting to beat the old stick, as we say. I wanted to brand new drink some super tea. Tea that would give me superpowers? Ken is a sad boy, and Cypher's already in there. Bro was gonna go after Cypher's head now. He is! Ken's face immediately reverted back to the fuck the universe face he'd had the past few days. He got out of bed and chucked. This is. Oh, he's just. He doesn't even know this girl, evidently. Like. This is. What? The, parasitic. No, yeah. parasitic friendship thing? What's that thing that people say with the VTubers that's what's the word? Basically, when like a girl is nice for you to 2 seconds and gives you a few smiles and you're like, oh, she's the best and I should totally ask her out and she loves me. No, that's not. Parasocial, that's the one. He has a parasocial relationship with her. Obviously, they've never had an actual conversation outside of work and it's literally her job to be nice to him. Terrible. Terrible. But so real. So real. Ken's face immediately reverted back to the universe. He got out of bed and chucked the tablet straight down, obliterating it on the floor and sending shattered pieces skipping across the floor and up the walls. God damn, bro. I know this one. Cypher is a secret Ken admirer, so he annoys Ken to get his attention. Times like this, I'm glad I'm ace. It has its benefits, that's for sure. Normal size phantom. Sidestep. Ashana woke up in Cypher's arms and looked up at him smiling. He returned her grin, stroking her arm up and down. They'd been dating for a few weeks now. Oh, it went well! It went well! Ashana spoke up. So, you gonna give me the inside scoop on your next fight, or what? Yeah, I can, actually. But there won't be one. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Ashana sat up and turned around. Those are some inquisitive green eyes you have there. You sure you want me to tell you? It'll ruin the surprise. Ashana tilted her back, squinting, questioning what Cypher just said. What? This is the surprise, dummy. The surprise isn't right now. Why in the world will there be no fight? I'm putting in my request to become a trainer. In fact, the meeting is in 20 minutes, so go grab your stuff. Ashana hustled and got dressed. So, you just beat Ken, though. You haven't lost in 5 fights. You're on your way to becoming champion. And it depends on the dude. If they're smart and they really want them, they'd keep a low profile and move close to them or whatever, but why do that when you can have antipsychotics or therapy? True, therapy's a good option, especially for Ken right now. Ken needs therapy right now, definitely. He's having something of a psychotic break. If this is not what he's usually like, he's just snapped. He's gone crazy. Well, yeah, I mean, maybe you're right, but also maybe you're not. I was always planning to leave on top. What if now is the only top I have? It'd be easier to make my case for trainer consideration. You need to understand, I've been competitive gaming for over 20 years now. I don't get much satisfaction from victory anymore. My victories always come at someone else's defeat. Up until recently, that didn't bother me, but now I'm not so sure. I can have a long career as a trainer. I can have a longer career as a trainer than as a fighter. It would be nice if I wasn't so self-involved and all the time it's getting boring. I think if I could help others. Yeah, I think training others is my next chapter. You just don't seem like the trainer type. Cypher's eyes widened as he tilted his head forwards, focusing on Ashana. Oh, really? I don't seem like the trainer type, do I? Well, we'll see when everyone I train goes undefeated forever, Ashana! Get ready for a huge I told you so! A massive I told you so! I'm looking forward to giving you that gift. She laughed and threw her pillow at him. You asshole! They were both grinning ear to ear. Aw, I like a couple that can joke around and be silly with each other like this. You gotta go, Ashana. Seriously, it's an important meeting. That's cool. I have a ton of work to do. That Ken interview is the fuse of chaos in the community. And that was a few weeks ago. And it's still going. And you know what? Internet drama can last that long, to be fair. You wouldn't mind if I chilled here and streamed from your setup, would you? A title with streaming from Cypher's command center would get massive views. Already trying to use me, huh? Yeah, but I'm transparent about it, so it's cool. Yeah, I mean, at least she's asking for permission. Bro, can I use your clout? Sure. I love you. It's fine, sweetie. Cypher laughed. True. I respect the honesty. Another time, sure. I have to focus on this meeting and have my swimming workout after. It'll be difficult to focus if I know you're chilling at my place with those emerald eyes. On top of that, I'm working with Samson today as well. He's been getting better. You're training Samson? Are they paying you for that also? No, I wanted to mention this in the meeting that I already had starting helping someone. It will sound good. It'll sound like I've already made my choice. And I enjoy helping Samson. That's the main reason, Cypher said with a smirk. Hey, Bryony, can I use your clout? I guess. There isn't much of it. You can use your clout of, hey, I'm a fan of Bryony. But I'm not sure what that will get you, really. Everybody will be like, huh? Who? Oh yeah, sure. I believe ya. They finished getting dressed and walked out together. Why don't we hang out on Sunday, pretty girl? Ashana tilted her head back and forth, scrunching her eyes at Cypher and pretending to think about it. Sunday is cool with me. He leaned in and kissed her goodbye. Before the fight with Ken, Cypher had been accustomed to a hat and sunglasses he wore to disguise himself around the hotel. But lately he'd been talking with the people who came up to him. He was getting used to it. Most people were fans and wanted to say hey, maybe get a picture. Is that? It is! Heyo, Cypher! We heard you broke Ken, man! We heard he hasn't been at the gym. Cypher smiled and waved. I'm sure Ken will be back in the gym soon enough. The rumours were true about Ken. Word around the hotel was that he'd been a complete shut-in. Fighters said they heard the occasional banging from his suite, and all his meals had been room service delivered. Was there an OBS error? I don't believe so. Oh, there might have been. I just might not have noticed. I didn't see one. Cypher strode past the main lobby and headed towards the elevators. He punched in the 16th floor and turned to look out of the perfectly clear glass elevator. There were people gathered around the fallen angel's statue in the middle of the lobby. He watched the tourists admire the ferocity of the sculpture until it had lowered out of view. Really intense. So intense. It's been weeks and he's still going. It's not even defeated. Hey, Cypher, we heard about you just put Ken into a downward spiral of emotional catastrophe. One thing that confuses me slightly is they did say at the start that the health and everything of the fighters is looked into, so surely they would be looking at mental health. There was like a 2 seconds buffer? Oh, no problem. That's not too bad. I don't see any issues on my end, so I think we're good right now. Everything was so clean. Cypher's favourite part about living in a hotel was the cleaning happening 24 hours a day. And he didn't have to do any of it. Simply got to live in a clean and luxurious place all the time. Cypher couldn't help but bring some nerves into the elegant lobby. One of the Colosseum's vice presidents, Dave Kim, worked in the corner office, the largest office on the floor. Cypher made his way through and was greeted by Kim's secretary. She had a welcoming smile that took the edge off. Great fight versus Ken, Cypher. People are still talking about it. Weeks later! He met her smile. You know, when I envisioned having fans, I hope they all look like you. Oh, wow. She giggled. Isn't that from a movie? Yeah, but it's still true, Cypher said. Go on in, quick, before someone calls. Thanks, beautiful. You flirt, Cypher, you absolute flirt. Ken is your boy. Ken will rise again. Ken will discover that he is in fact Knuff. One day. Maybe. Also, Ken could literally go on a revenge quest and make his favorite streamer really sad. So, this is quite the scenario. Indubitably. Cypher couldn't help but attempt to charm pretty girls. It didn't always work. Sometimes he got shut down or made things awkward, but he had learned to embrace his failures. He grabbed the golden handle of the polished wood labelled Dave Kim VP and opened into a stunning office. The left wall was made up entirely of an aquarium, and the right side was glass overlooking onto the strip. There was a myriad of different coloured fish. The tank brought the office to life with vibrant blues, reds, yellows, and oranges. Kim turned the lights on and extended the shades, blocking out the morning sun. He walked over and shook Cypher's hand with a smile. "Hey, Cypher, it's good to see you. I was excited to see you on the appointment sheet." Cypher smiled. "Thanks, it's good to see you too. This office is the most badass room I've ever been in." Ken will go to the YMCA and he will redeem himself. Mr. Kim's smile went even wider and nodded, chuckling. "I'm glad you like it. Drink?" Cypher didn't want to swim after having a drink, but it was more important that he kept the social vibe strong for this meeting. "Yeah, sure, why not?" This meeting needed to go well. The drink was an ally. Mr. Kim walked over to the bar in the corner and snagged 2 glasses. "You like scotch? With ice if you've got it." Kim nodded. "You're in luck." Cypher took a seat across from the desk in one of the most comfortable leather chairs he'd sat in. He felt the elaborate carvings along the arm rests and looked down. Again, there was Fallen Angel. I'm guessing Fallen Angel is one of the characters from Colosseum. I also like charming pretty girls. That's why I never compliment you, Brian. That's why you're one of my biggest bullies. What an amazing chair. Who made this? Kim was careful not to overfill the drinks, but it was a respectable pour. "Oh, that chair? Yeah, that chair I had commissioned. A private artist. I wanted to congratulate you on your win against Ken. I thought he had you." "Yeah, me too." "Honestly, me too," Cypher said. "Number 6 fan forever. Number 6 fan, number 1 bully." But lovingly, lovingly. What a glorious ending, wouldn't you say? That fight has drawn so much attention. It's our most viewed fight in the backlogs, if you didn't know. Cypher nodded in agreement. "Well, sure, that was definitely something new. Nobody knew mythic abilities were in the game. That fight will turn some heads for sure. I'm curious what this means for the game going forward. Everyone is trying to figure out how I unlocked it, and how they can unlock buffs for their mains." Kim nodded. "Yes, indeed. It's an interesting time. But that's not why you're here. What's up? What can I do for you?" Cypher leaned back and took a sip of his drink. His eyes lit up. "Whew, this is good. Cheers." You call number 10. "But Bryony is a charming pretty girl. She even says she's gonna give me one-time merch." You technically already have one-time merch with the turtle. That is a one-time merch. And I did say you'd get a new luck thing at some point, but I do need to. I haven't got plans to make that just yet. It's just on the idea list for now, but I'll probably get around to it eventually. They leaned and clinked glasses, both taking another sip. "I'm putting in my request for trainership. I think I've earned the consideration. I believe I can help a lot of competitors achieve their goals." "You're done competing? Are you hurt? We fulfilled the pool request we received from the doctors, correct?" Kim asked. No, I'm fine. That's unrelated. I just want to go out while I'm respected. Leave the fans wanting more. I want to be remembered for winning, not overstaying my welcome." Kim chuckled. That's a good way of putting it. Well, it's smart to go out on top. I cannot fault you for that. A common mistake I see every single day in Vegas is people who don't understand that. I assume you already know the process. You'll need to train 10 fighters and have proof of their improvement with wins in the Colosseum. It's not easy, Cypher. I'd make sure you know that. Know what you're getting into. The gay flattened turtle. Indubitably. I thought you made multiple turtles. No, I mean, I've made turtles before, yes, but this is the only one that's going out as merch. I didn't manage to make any other turtles in the stream. This is the only turtle. Cypher nodded and took a moment. I've studied the procedure online, sir. I have a request, but I was hoping you could help me out. Traditionally, the trainer trains one fighter at a time, all the way to 10. I'm accustomed to moving a little quicker. I want all 10 fighters at the same time. I want to put on a clinic. All my fighters will train together and I'll coach. They will all get better after they compete with our current roster and win. I can be a commissioned. Also, if you make one-time merch, I think other serious fans would be jealous if I buy up. Yeah, probably. But that's the game. That's the game. No, one-time merch isn't really going to be too much of a thing. The turtle was a thing because that was sort of make it on stream, and then I gave everyone a fair chance to do it. I put it in the Discord, and you were the one who got to it first, that's all. But no, it's not going to be often that something like that happens. And the only other thing was you wanted very specifically a new luck thing, and not many other people want that. So, yeah, that's just for funsies for you. It's fine. 99% of gamblers quit before jackpot. The 1% never quit, but also never hit jackpot. The yawns. Kim was leaning back in his chair, looking up, considering it. I don't know, Cypher, that's not how we've done it in the past. Cypher leaned forward in his chair, choosing to persist with enthusiasm. If the fighters can improve under my training, I don't see the reason why I can't speed up the process. Kim nodded. You're not wrong, but it's risky. If they don't work well together, if it ends up being counterproductive, they could get worse. You'll get no special treatment during your judgment process, in fact. I could see the other trainers looking down on the method because it's different. They might even judge you more harshly. You understand the risks if I allow this. Kind of like when you're a miner and you give up on digging the second before you strike gold, but you don't know whether you're going to strike the gold. So you and you might die because your canary just died. Your financial canary just died and you can't carry on. You should leave. Just because you might strike gold doesn't mean you should carry on to strike gold. I do, Cypher said, holding confidence. I've already started helping Samson trying to get in the trainer mindset. You're working with Samson already? That's good, he could use it. Mr. Kim turned his chair slightly to the left and leaned back. He took a few moments to take the proposition. Take in the proposition. Okay. I thought he was changing position in his chair. My brain had just not processed that sentence correctly. He took a few moments to take in the proposition. There's a lot of heat on your name right now. This might be an interesting opportunity for both of us. 10 fighters at the same time. That's a lot of fresh meat. Might shake up the meta inside the Colosseum. Show some mythics we don't see every day. Let's give it a go. People might be excited. I won't stand in your way, Cypher. Oh, well, that's great news. Thank you so much, sir. I enjoy being part of the Colosseum. I won't take any more of your time. Cypher got up and shook his hand with a smile. Once you get the answer you want, get out, eh? I can't blame you. I do the same on the phone. Cypher laughed. Thanks again. Kim was energized by Cypher. Good luck, Cypher. Create some warriors. Make the Colosseum look good, and you'll stay in my good graces. Yeah, for sure. That's the goal. Cypher put down his empty glass and left the office. The truth was, Cypher's hands were worrying him more and more. He felt that he needed to get out ahead of it and change his career path right away, not put it off. This was a relief. Back in his room, Cypher emailed the current top 10 ranked competitors on the open ladder, inviting them all to begin training under him and have a chance at entering the Colosseum. I don't know what that word's in. Yeah, I didn't. Heat meat, I'm hungry. Ken was that was some meat being pudged mostly. 10 fighters at once. That's a lot of characters to introduce, so I'm curious how the book's gonna handle that many characters at once. Curiouser and curiouser. Here we go. Chapter 14. The Shadow Embraced. Oh no, Ken's getting more edgy. Edgy! Tournament arc. Tournament arc! I mean, this whole book is a tournament arc. It was 3:30 a.m. Ken's eyes opened to his pitch-black bedroom in silence. After his third day of beating himself up about the loss and Ashana dating Cypher, he decided that he would move forward harder than before. If what I've done isn't enough, I'll do more. I will do what's necessary. 10 fighters, a male Valkyrie, an ice guy with a frozen lance on a unicorn playing holding out for hero while casting an icy thunderstorm. Maybe. Ken about to slick back his hair and make it look like an onion. Maybe he'll dye it pink. He's turning into that kid from Pokemon. He'll be listening to Bury the Light in no time. Yes! My family crest is a demon of death! Harder than before. Indubitably, he'll be going harder than before. That edge of indifference he had in the interview was prolonging its welcome. After 30 push-ups, 30 squats, and 50 jumping jacks, Ken made his way past his freshly smashed door into the Evo room. I'll fix the door when I'm at the top of the Colosseum. I'm surprised the hotel staff haven't already done it. The vivid dreams last night, the nutritious caffeine cocktail Ken whipped together, and the exercises were all merging, creating a fusion of morning energy. His arms were healing from the splinters fine, but the 3 days of sulking in bed had given his body time to recover from recent workouts. He had kept his determination for becoming a champion, while also embracing some of the hatred he had towards the devs, and most of all, Cypher. Bro, Cypher's done nothing to you! Mer, I hate this guy who just got really lucky with RNG and asked out the girl I like. Mer, what a salty bitch. That MG reference joke flew over your head like it wasn't specific. MG? Oh, Moon Girl. Right, okay. I kind of got it with the male Valkyrie, though. Like, I don't know many other series that have male Valkyries. Ken climbed in the console and entered Evolution. He was immediately taken aback. For the past 5 years, every single time he entered evolution, he was automatically taken to Rengo. It was set to his default mythic, but for whatever reason this morning, the game displayed Fallen Angel. There had been no patch, nothing new downloaded, and Ken's console had even been connected to the internet. Ken stood there confused, unsure what may have caused this. The mythic that Ken had selected to be his main 5 years ago, the mythic that he had defaulted to in the setting, was not in front of Ken's eyes. Instead, there was Fallen Angel staring back at him, eager to be chosen. Fallen Angel had a pale, thick frame with dark purple veins that gave off a faint glow, extremely strong and even more agile. The mythic's body more resembled Ken's natural frame, surrounded in a black aura. The thought of abandoning Rengo as a main never occurred to Ken. Instead of resisting the idea, he embraced it. He gestured forward with his hand and chose the mythic, entering Fallen Angel's training area. Oh no, he's got the edgy mythic now too! Oh lord, it's edgy time. Oh lord, it's edgy time. I asked out the girl I like. They were already dating for 5 weeks. I know, it seems like they were dating for a while. Like, I'm struggling to get the timeline of this book a little bit. Because, it said that Ashana and Scythe had already been dating for a few weeks. But Ashana only talked about the date after the fight, but this is 3 days after the fight, so we've gone back in time a little bit here. He's gonna cut his hair next. Oh no, yeah, he's gonna grow it really long. He's gonna do an errand. Rambling, rambling. The temperature dropped in the console, and Ken himself was engulfed in the same black mist and lost his vision. Ken could only see his warm breath against the cold atmosphere. Hesitantly inching forward and slowly waving his hands, Ken was trying anything to breach the darkness. Unable to see, he heard a faint laughter emerge from all around him, beckoning him forward. Which way was forward? Gonna do an errand. No, Bryony, Ken, not going to do an errand. Errandy. He is the promised boy. He has been adopted by the Q, and therefore he is a promised boy. There was a smoky scent. Ken felt his nerves in the pitch of his stomach. Maybe I should just stick with Rengo. Whispers seemed to evaporate before reaching their peak. Finally, the voice began to consolidate, and Ken couldn't make out what was being said. I've had my eyes on you, Ken Draco. You're wasting your time on Rengo. You should be here, training with me. Ken was still trying to shift through the darkness, trying to move towards the voice. It sounded like it was coming from every direction. Still extremely cold and blind, Ken spoke up. I'm here, aren't I? I selected Fallen Angel. He didn't choose the edgy life. The edgy life chose him. Oh no. The voice continued to pepper in deep vibrating laughs. Did you now? The black mist receded to the outskirts of Ken's vision, and in front of Ken stood Fallen Angel, an extremely rippled shadow demon. His veins gave off a slight purple glow that you could see faintly through the shroud that surrounded him. They matched his eyes. Fallen Angel was twirling a long silver staff tipped with a black energy ball on the end, and a purple ball of energy on the opposite. I've seen your determination, Ken. I've seen your desire. Most importantly, I've seen your anger and your passion. Fallen Angel held his staff out and dropped it into Ken's hands. Ken caught it and was immediately slammed down from the weight. struggling to hold it in a way that didn't make him look weak. The weight of the staff was absurd. Ken noticed Fallen Angel grimace when he parted with his staff, almost like he was in pain or at least uncomfortable. A new staff materialized in the shadows, and Fallen Angel willed the staff to fly over to him. He leapt, spinning, and snagged the staff in midair. A burst of dark energy erupted from the black tip of the staff, changing directions while never slowing, the spinning dark matter orbiting around him from the tumbling staff. Jesus, edgy writing in video game coming alive, fourth wall breaking? I have no idea. Is evolution more than it seems? Do the devs even know what they've made? The moves mesmerized Ken far faster than he'd ever moved with Rengo, and far more precise. How could he even move around with that staff, let alone leap through the air, spinning it like a baton? Fallen Angel started pacing and spoke up. The first main in evolution is always the choice of the user. But eventually, if dedicated, you'll meet the mythic you're supposed to become. I've chosen you, Ken. Abandon your human trainers. If you reject me, you'll never reach your potential. I'll not make this offer a second time. Fallen Angel was now pressing into Ken. I want to be champion. Fallen Angel nodded. Ken thought about keeping his silence, but couldn't resist. Will I be champion? Laughter boomed throughout the freezing shadow arena, and Fallen Angel backed into the surrounding dark mist. You'll be what I allow you to be, Ken Drago. Let's begin. I like. It's edgy, but I kind of like it's cheesy, but I like it. I was just grabbing something, sorry. Fallen Angel, like, did you fall from the heaven? Because I didn't know someone could hit the ground so hard that they look like Hephaestus from Greek mythology. Bro, what did Hephaestus ever do? Hephaestus is depends on what one you're looking at. I watched the new Percy Jackson series, and Hephaestus looks alright in that. He looks like a dapper old man who looks after his moustache very well. I'm gonna be real, I'm not a fan of this edge. Totally not because I understand that, honestly. And I think if I was younger, I would feel the same. But because I'm a bit older, I'm kind of past the point of really caring about that. And I'm just like, ooh, edge, let's go! I told you our boy Ken will make it through. And I'm trusting our Fallen Angel. But Ken's fallen to the Fallen Angel. Your boy has fallen to the dark side of Q. He's gonna have to try real hard to get out of this one. Thinking of the one from God of War? I don't think I've seen that one. I haven't seen... I've only seen, like, the newer God of War stuff. I haven't seen or played the older God of War, so I have no idea what he looks like. Is he squished? The console further reduced in temperature, and much of the mist returned. A mirror match. I haven't even started practicing. Fallen Angel came out of the darkness before Ken had a chance to react. The staff came into focus briefly before Ken was sent flying into the dark abyss. Fallen Angel's breathing and agitation intensified. You are not ready, boy. If you came to be a hesitant loser, you should log out and continue your training with Winston. Ken felt out of place not training as Rengo, holding what felt to be a 90-pound staff, and he couldn't see anything. Maybe I was wrong to pick you. Maybe I should have made my offer to Cypher. Oh, burn. Ken picking Sephiroth as his champion. Basically, nostalgic edge. It is nostalgic edge. That's what I get from it. Am I the only 13-year-old who accepted the edge? I accepted it at the time. It's when you get a little bit older. I think, like, high teens, early 20s. Maybe all the way through the 20s, to be honest. I was still embarrassed by my younger Edge. Or Edge like this would embarrass me because it would remind me of it. But then I hit 30 and I stopped caring. Reading my fanfic obviously was another thing. Reading it to a public display is a whole nother thing. But I don't really care too much for my younger Edge anymore. It's like, I had fun. You know what? I don't care. So this doesn't bother me too much. The words stung Ken. How does he know these things? Ken composed himself, and he immediately focused. So come on then. You're gonna chat this whole training session. I thought we were here to work. Pure silence suggested a new attack. I can't even see. So 13-year-old Bryony. Yeah, Shadow is a gentleman. This checks out. Yes, because those stories didn't get really edgy, and you totally have read the worst edgy parts of those shit. Yeah. So 30 is the limit. I can still be on the edge. I have a notebook from 6th grade. No one has seen it since and never will. No one will see the cringe. I wish I could say that. But instead, I streamed it. How does he know these things? Bro, you're hallucinating. He might be at this point, to be fair. Ken listened for something, anything. There it was. A faint cut in the thick black fog. He was attacking from the right. Now, Ken squatted, holding the staff above his head in the center, and leapt as high as he could. Even with the weight of the staff, he managed to have liftoff. Ken heard Fallen Angel's staff whiffed under him. Low laughs crept up. He has ears. A fast learner we have here. Laughter trailed off into the distance. Why are you still not moving? Are you scared of the dark, boy? Fallen Angel's voice gained strength. No wonder Uthran's wolves got you. Did you know that you had 2 seconds to dodge that smite? 2 full seconds to get out of the way? But instead you got hit. Only to run off complaining it's the game's fault. The last part was a mocking whisper. Monetize the cringe! Yeah, that's basically what I did. His laughter was now louder and coming from all angles. Ken was humiliated. 2 seconds? Anger filled him. He suddenly had the strength to carry the staff. Yes, let it flow. You'll need to tap into that anger if you're going to train under me. Now this is very Star Wars, isn't it? Yes, Ken! Come over to the dark side! Over to the dark side. This is so much more than I expected. I was expecting a fall from grace for Ken. But this was gone so much harder than I thought it was gonna go, and I love it. It's so cheesy. I love it. If you're going to train under me! Fallen Angel now spoke more clearly. I want you to get used to your staff. When it doesn't feel so foreign to you, I'll see you again. Forget what it feels like to use the mythic Orango. Get used to your new training area. I'll teach you to see with your ears, channel your anger, and strike harder and faster. Eventually, when you've mastered your body and staff, I may give you the knowledge you need to meet your goals, if you earn it. You have the physical requirements, and the will to be great, Ken. I will be back to make sure you're on track to be champion. He said the last part sarcastically, before a few deep laughs. Fallen Angel vanished into the outskirts of the dark mist. A lingering whisper slithered its way around Ken's ears. I'll have my eyes on you, boy. Work hard, or you will be no champion. You're the chosen one, Ken! You're like a brother to me! You're supposed to destroy them, not join them! Yes, this is exactly what's happening, and I love it. Now I'm just hearing Ian McDermott's voice. It's perfect! Oh yeah, Bryony, fanfic logic question. If Drader's entire past was put into someone's brain, any normal person, when all of that experience, knowledge, and trauma gets possessed into their brain, would they just go into shock or something? Yeah, most likely. 100%. I mean, assuming... I mean, this is a hard question because it depends, like... Is this a question of... Do they remember all those memories all at once, or do they wake up as if those memories have always been theirs? Because if they're waking up with, like, as if those memories have always been theirs, then they just remember that past. They might be a bit weirded out that their physical body doesn't reflect Drader's, and that they can't do some of the things Drader can do. But if they're remembering it all at once, then yes. To be fair, I think even if you had, like, a really nice life, and you suddenly remembered a whole life at once, I think anyone's brain would go into shock. Even if those memories aren't horrific or are non-traumatic completely, I think anyone would go into shock. Brains are not made for this. Obi-Wan. Ken Obi. Yes, yes. But Fallen Angel is hot. I won't mind. Ken would have already won at that point. Lol. Oh, cool. Let's learn about some of these trainees then. Dryden was in-game, attempting to climb the ranked ladder, using one of his local gym's Evo consoles. He worked at the... Oh, that would be so cool! I would go to the gym more often if it had, like, a console like this. If I could go into a VR console and train, heck yes would I go to the gym more often. They just get all the memories and trauma at once. Yes, they would definitely go into shock. Like I said, I think anyone who gets a lifetime of memories that aren't theirs at once would go into shock. Yes, everyone's brain would. Brains are not made for this. We're not made to process so much at once. Years and years of memories, I can barely process a day most of the time. Dota gym or League gym. Oh god. Maybe not like that. Can we have a Smash Bros gym? I'll do a Smash Bros gym. Like Ragnar Crimson. Oh, it's like, have you ever watched the Sword Art Online movie Ordinal Scale? Where they have, like, the AR technology. I really like that. They had, like, a bit where they were at the gym and they were using AR technology on the treadmills, and it was like they were running away from a boulder. I loved that. I loved that. You can barely process breakfast. Exactly, normal size Phantom. No one can process a whole lifetime of memories at once, regardless of whether they were happy or traumatic. Dryden was in game, attempting to climb the ranked ladder using one of his local gym's Evo consoles. He worked at the corner burger joint 2 nights a week after school to afford a gym membership to have access to Evo. Dryden was currently ranked 11 on the open ladder. Damn, nice. His current ranked opponent was using the mythic Harmonia. She threw projectiles and she had no shame. What is that supposed to mean? Again, we need descriptions of these mythics, please. I'm assuming this means that she is somewhat revealing. Her outfit is revealing. I assume that's what he means by no shame. Or have you seen with the huge screen running avatar, people running on the treadmill? Buff brainy. Huge screen with the running avatars, people running onto the... But it's a 2-edged sword, because if you're not doing good, you'd feel bad. Yeah! Oh, there's also this cool app, the Zombies Run app, where you can listen to it while running, and like it gamifies it. You run around, and it's like, oh no, zombies are coming! And it maps your area with GPS, so it like gives you like a safe zone to run to, and it's like, run away from the zombies! And then if you run around enough, you get supplies, and you can like level up your little character and things. It's really cool. It's really cool. It's a really good way to like get into running and stuff. So it's like when Gojo uses his domain expansion on You got it. I guess so. Dryden had just played one of his defensive cards, Ice Wall, and we have no idea what Dryden's playing. It has ice cards, apparently. Ice ripped through the streets of the city stage, toppled buildings, and divided the arena. It cut off Harmonia. Her knives were slowly chipping through the ice, but Dryden had bought some time. He was on his 16th shuffle, so it's kind of some kind of tarot reader character, I guess? And still under the effects of a card he played earlier, Lighter Than Air. This allowed him to fly above the stage and continue shuffling safely. He needed to complete 10 shuffles before he could draw 6 more cards. 2 were always offensive, 2 aggressive, and 2 mobility. The cards were pooled from a deck of 30 cards that he preset before the match. Ammonia, slowly showing a frustrated face, finally crushed through the ice wall. Drayden saw 3 reflections of light coming from his opponent and leaned down, dodging low. He heard the dagger whiz past him from above. On his final shuffle, bam! 6 cards appeared. Drayden immediately grabbed one, held up the card. Deck boxes. 3 deck boxes appeared on his belt. He unhinged 2 at the same time, 1 in each hand, while still under the effect of Lighter Than Air. Drayden leaned forward, jetting himself through the city stage. He chucked one of the deck boxes at Harmonia, then the other. One exploded in front and sent her flying into the one he threw behind her, causing another direct hit, sending her again flying into the opposite direction. Huge damage connected, knocking off 40% of Harmonia's health bar. Defo camping projectile character. I thought no shame meant spamming projectiles. It could be. We have no idea, because we have no idea what she looks like. No clue. Where is our descriptions? Drayden only had 5 seconds left on his Lighter Than Air, so he played Green Eyes Black Dragon. Green Eyes Black Dragon in attack mode! As he started to fall when Lighter Than Air expired, the dragon ripped through a portal and appeared under him, lifting him higher, while spinning around towards Harmonia. So actually, no. I don't care what description he adds to this. This is you. I'm gonna picture Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist. I'm gonna just picture the Pharaoh, no matter what. While spinning around towards Harmonia, Dryden kept his head tucked in behind the dragon's neck as more knives deflected off the heavy armoured scales. Now, Green Eyes Infernal Necros! I love it. No, you underestimate my stupidity, Void. I'm the kind of person who runs in and gets shot immediately. You should have learned that from Lethal. How I run in and get eaten and blown up and generally die a lot. 1 brain cell. You probably found that in Skyrim, I guess. An eruption of jade fire emerged from the dragon, concentrating into a beam and blasting at Harmonia. Harmonia leapt high into the air, dodging the powerful blast, and sent 2 daggers at the dragon. 1 sank into each eye. The dragon screamed in agony as it plummeted like an enormous pop balloon. Dryden hit the ground hard, taking a massive 70% HP loss. Never using Green Eyes against Harmonia again. Harmonia sprinted to her most comfortable knife-throwing range and was blocking out the sun with knives. Dryden had started sprinting while doing his best to shuffle his cards. None of his remaining cards would be of much help. He could hear knives landing all around him. 1 connected with his leg and he fell, knocking another 10% HP off. He held up his card, Second Wind, and his HP regenerated 20%, only to be hit by another knife. For the content! For the stupidity. No, it's not even for the content. It's just me. It's just me. Why would you camp then not scope? Like, that's the reason to camp. Stupidity! I was only there for 30 minutes and I don't want to watch the rest. Fair. Well, you missed screaming. And me dying a lot. And being the laziest crew member a lot. That happened a lot. He was starting to get frustrated. More volleys were landing around him while he managed to get to the 10th shuffle. The remainder of his previous hand vanished and 6 new cards showed. Dryden got a lucky draw and played Mech Warrior! Dryden was immediately teleported into a powerful mech, with this entire game user interface shifting into that of a mech. Oh heck yeah! I would use this character for that purely. He grabbed the controls and fired his boosters full speed towards Ammonia. A myriad of knives were deflected in every angle. Cracks formed on the outside of the mech's glass, disrupting Dryden's vision. But the mech was still intact and speeding forward. Ammonia was on the run with no answer. The mech lasted 30 seconds, and she knew she had a long way to go. She noticed exposed openings on the mech's leg belts. She turned and focused her aim, reeling back to let the knives go when the missile fired from the mech, colliding with the ground next to her. The explosion sent her flipping into a bank, smashing into an ATM and some windows. Yes, we love a mech. We love a nice mech. Dryden uses a very luck-based character. I can't wait for Ken to cry about it. Yes! He's probably not very high on the meta because of that, though. The victory... Ammonia's health bar depleted, and she was defeated. It rhymed! The victory screen fell across Dryden's visor, and he was about to log out when he noticed he just hit top 10 on Evolution's ranked ladder. Nice! The console completed his logout process while simultaneously opening. Dryden exited, and one of the gym's employees was there to clean the inside of the console. Still out of breath from the session, he made his way past a row of consoles while his arms and hands were habitually shuffling. Most consoles were in use. The gym smelled of sweat, metal, and cleaning solutions. Sounds of men grunting from lifts, metal clinking, and some of the fights were being broadcasted on the big screens around the high walls of the gym. Members had some live Evolution action while they were working out. Dryden was always curious if the fights were broadcasted while he was in-game. It was part of the gym's contract everyone had to sign. It allowed them to broadcast and livestream any fights happening in the gym, and worked as advertisement on their Twitch page. Yeah, fair dues, bro. May as well take advantage of it. Hey, Bryony, on Skyrim, are you going to try glitches, or are you too legitimate for that? Why would I try glitches? I don't know. I'm not too legitimate for that. I am too not knowing enough about the game for that, I guess? I don't understand. Imagine being top 10 when we only read about 10 people that play so far. Semitex, the next one. God-boosted stealth enhancements. Narrow Hodel. No idea. I don't know. I just plan to play. And maybe put some funny mods on for funsies. Twitch chat, you're clueless. Twitch chat, I didn't even say that. Twitch chat, shut the fuck up. Wow. Wow. Semtex had just told one of his teammates that they should turn off their computer, find their parents, and punch them in the face for raising such a useless piece of shit. Wow. Wow. This was after his team had won. Twitch chat was laying into him. As you should! Oh my god. Shut up, chat. You're the losers. I didn't even say that. Listen up. I'm the best. I do not lose. While you all are jerking it to the latest Pornhubs, I'm lifting. While you're snoozing your weekends away. What is it, like 11 a.m? Noon? I'm up at 4:30 a.m. taking a cold ass shower. Y'all are weak as fuck. Just like that guy. I didn't even say that anyway, chat. Dude was blind. It's not my fault. Semtex was calming down. That's calming down? And transitioning to an outro, ending his stream. Good lord! I felt dirty reading that. Skyrim without glitches who hurt you. Yeah, there will be glitches. I know how to steal from the companions without getting into trouble. Cool. Don't get caught, I imagine. Oh yeah, the companion. They're the werewolf people, right? Like I said, it's been a long time since I've ever even remembered Skyrim's existence. And I haven't played most of it, so you'll have to forgive that again, I'll be going in not completely blind, but like, I don't know a lot of it. I don't know a lot of it. Alright chat, I've got an announcement for you, and then I'm calling the stream. Rumors are true, I will be absorbed into the Colosseum. Let's be real, I would have made it anyway. Let's be real. I'm so good, yes. That would be like me going, oh yes, I'm being absorbed into HoloLive. It is an obviously this was going to happen. This is insulting levels of toxicity. It's madly infuriating, but it stings a little bit, but it sounds whiny. Oh, I know how I should read this. I should read this like this, actually. Just to make him that little bit more stupid. Let's be real about that. I am sad. The process got sped up. Of course not. Because I roll with reality. I don't resist like all of you unenlightened scrubs. I haven't decided if I'm going to stream the training yet. Cypher told me that he doesn't give a fuck. And that I could stream on my own risk. It's tempting. It wouldn't be solid content, but I'm not sure if it would be wise. I know that what y'all would say if I asked you, but this ain't no democracy, chat. I'm king around here. I might be fighting guys like Ken and Pasha. I need to be careful. I actually need to blow my nose after that. I was literally holding my nose to speak like that. But now it makes me need to blow my nose. It was fun today, chat. I leave for Vegas tomorrow. No stream for a few days. We'll see if I stream when I get to the Colosseum. I haven't decided. Oh. I bet if you got absorbed into HoloLive, the stream would be 24/7 and you'd be panicking because you wouldn't be able to end the stream. And the whole Forbidden Library thing wouldn't be an act anymore. No, it's the Forbidden Studio getting like absorbed into their studio. Can't leave the studio. Can never stop streaming. Ah! I mean, it's not that gross, is it, to blow my nose without muting? I kind of forgot. I didn't think about it for God's sake. Semtex ended the stream and took his headset off. It was a solid stream of the latest Call of Duty. Of course, it was Cock of Duty. He had to cut the stream short. He was focusing on Evolution. He was surprisingly happy with Evolution. Every time he played, it was as if time stood still. Pure competition expressed through his entire body. Semtex felt as though there wouldn't ever be a game that eclipsed the streaming aspect of gaming. Ever since Semtex started to stream, the act of streaming had pretty much taken over. There was no gaming without streaming anymore. I really never want to get to that point. He didn't find joy in the games themselves. It was more about the stream, what entertainment value he could muster from each game. Ugh. Evolution was different. Not only could he have fun with it off stream, he was willing to even lose a bit of income streaming less. He enjoyed it. It provided true immersion and gave more value to work out as well. Something Semtex had always wanted to have more purpose. People should want to be in shape, and this game incentivizes it. It's fucking great, that's what it is. Sorry, I forgot the voice. It's fucking great, that's what it is. Semtex changed into athletic clothes and made his way to his gym. He wanted to keep up his workouts leading up to the training with Cypher. He was excited. A break from his streaming sounded like it might do him some good. He liked Cypher too, looked up to him. Not a whole lot of gamers out there were left for Semtex to admire. He had done more than 99% of them. Cypher had been the first to unlock a mythic ability, and that left an impression on Semtex. It had motivated Semtex to push harder with Ragnarok. He wanted to discover everything about Ragnarok, and he knew he had to put in the time. Now that I think about it, this sounds like a horror story. I don't think T-Fairies would show up to help you either, because they're never on screen. So Bryony trapped in VTube Studio would be kinda horrifying. It kinda would. I wouldn't want to be there. I really wouldn't want to be there. I would die if the T-Fairies didn't bring me tea. 15 minutes left, by the way. Thank you for the reminder, Lucas. And we are 50% of the way in. Good point, good point. But that's fine. That means we'll have this done in 2 or 3 streams, which means hopefully the next book will be ready. Because I did have another book lined up other than this one. But the person working on it said they were putting out a new version soon. So they wanted me to wait a little bit until then. So I'm going to check on them soon. And if this doesn't last us that long, then I can always do some light novel previews. There's always the light novel previews! Semtex pushed his way into the gym, holding on to his pre-workout shake and bag. He wasn't the tallest guy, below average, but that was what gave him that chip on his shoulder. Oh no, he's small and angry. Hey Bryony, are you able to get your model a new outfit when summer comes around? Maybe a summer outfit? I don't know, you'll have to wait and see. He was wide with powerful legs and a large chest. He had a long curly black hair and was a mix of white and black. His mother was black and he had a white father, both very loving parents. He was planning on lifting before entering the console like he normally did, but instead he went right for one of the open consoles. Semtex entered Evolution. The console recognized him and he was met with his main Ragnarok. He gestured forward into the training area. Semtex had set up his environment in a way to act as a fully functioning training zone in the middle of the ocean on an enormous aircraft carrier. He hit begin. 2 rockets emerged from the clouds above, reflecting the sun's glare off their chrome finish. Semtex squatted down, gathering as much strength as possible in his legs. Jarring alerts took over some of the user interface. Semtex let loose his strength, leaping into the air, and Ragnarok's mechanical structure began to transition rapidly, forming a motorized Raptor T-99 Raven Spark, the fastest jet ever created. Now that's gotta be weird. If you could get a surfboard too, so you can smack me with it when you get a little too mean. I'm not sure about a surfboard though. We'll see, I guess. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Surfboard. What the heck? What the heck? Aboard of surfing! I can never surf. I have a terrible sense of balance. So he has a main that could turn into other. That's got to be weird, because like they are these mains. So now he's a jet engine. Now he's a thingy. Semtex's UI completely shifted to the Ravenspark's cockpit. Semtex waited for the missiles to close the gap before engaging the afterburners, creating a surge of power that erupted and fused with the missiles, setting them off early and propelling Semtex even faster. Semtex cycled back and started aiming his machine guns on randomly generated targets. He was shooting in 3-round bursts and trying to keep from the formations tight. Targets on the left shredded in a half second. Targets on the right shredded in a quarter. Reverting mech in 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Semtex took the jet down and landed the aircraft carrier. The Ravenspark transformed back into a humanoid shape. Black and yellow mythic with jet wings on the backside. So Ragnarok is a mech. It's a wing Gundam. It's a wing Gundam. Gundam wing. Semtex gestured through the options and selected Fallen Angel as his opponent. He set it to hard. Fallen Angel appeared and immediately took off, propelling himself forward with his staff emanating a purple explosion. Fallen Angel was coming down at Semtex with all his force, planning on smashing the same end of the staff that propelled him. Semtex quickly used his thrusters to push backwards, evading most of the slam, but took 5% from some of the trailing area of effect damage. Briny with a Gundam? I am a Gundam in some pictures. So far, 2 characters that use mechs, indeed. Semtex quickly used his thrusters. Yeah, oh, I read that bit, sorry. With each slam from Fallen Angel had different area of effect depending on the amount of force generated and the distance from impact. Direct hits were extremely unforgiving. Semtex's health bar regenerated immediately while in training. There was no winning and losing. Semtex always thought about how brutal it was to fight an extremely practiced Fallen Angel main. Luckily, there was nobody who used that mythic in the Colosseum. Until now. The training was a miserable experience. Few people mained Fallen Angel. It was the least used mythic in the game. Semtex had found that training against the Fallen Angel AI had really improved his flow in battle, and it also strengthened his all-around playstyle. It's very strong, but not many people can take its bullying by the sounds of it. Or maybe it's the whole you can't see you're using it, or is that the version that Ken's got, and Ken's version is just cursed? I don't know. Ragnarok was a solid mech. Was a solid mythic. A mech mythic. Good in combat, but the real strength relied on maximizing his power bar. A full power bar meant that Semtex could transform into Ravenspark. Ragnarok also had a free transformation at the start of each match. For 20 seconds, the fighter was as fast as could be, launching missiles, letting Gatling guns loose, and flying outside of the normal stage boundaries that all other mythics had to adhere to. Ravenspark was given airspace. There was an entirely different set of skills to master as the Ravenspark. It gave Ragnarok mains a challenge to be good in both forms. Semtex played a standard style, defensive when he needed to be, aggressive when he had his jet form, patient when he didn't. It was a straightforward style. He worked hard at it. The email. So Fallen Angel takes your lunch money. Yeah, by the sounds of it. Or at least it pokes at your pride. Ken isn't cursed. He's an incel on edgy high that is giving him wild hallucinations. Maybe he's just cursed though. Not an email! The emails! Not an email! We might just have enough time for... No, we got like only a few more minutes after the stream. We can get one more chapter in. We can get one more chapter. More ikai. More ikai. Gotta go. See ya. Thanks for the comfy time and have a good evening. Thank you for coming, right, Candy Guy? Appreciate it. Thank you. Have a lovely evening yourself. Thank you. Chapter 17, the email. Cypher was alone on his rig with a spreadsheet open on one monitor, email on the second, and each profile of the top 10 open ladder on the other 7 monitors. Most people had switched over to just using tablets and their phones, but that's fucking real. But Cypher felt the most comfortable surrounded by screens. This is one of the most real things. I saw a post recently. This is going to make me sound old. The kids these days, most of them rarely use an actual computer. Not like they use phones and Chromebooks at most. And rarely any of them have ever actually used a desktop or anything like that. And I'm like, oh my god! Email, I would kind of have a panic attack if Bryony emailed me telling me how disapproving she is. Why would I email you? It's fine. It is really weird. It's weird. It's weird. But it makes sense. Inflation hits hard. Room service came 5 minutes ago, but Cypher had a distracting thought after the delivery was made. The sensation of biting off more than he could chew had started to take a hold of him. Some of these ladder warriors were still in school. Some had jobs, only 3 were full-time, trying to actually make a living. 2 were streamers, which should at least make things interesting. He wanted to formulate a plan on how to get everyone on the same page as quickly as possible, but the smell of lasagna and garlic bread had set sail in the direction of his nose. Oh, that sounds lovely. I just had some garlic bread with some spag bold this evening, and it was glorious. What is a keyboard exactly? What are these kids doing? Ah, they're not going to learn how to use a computer. It's very important. It's a life skill. I feel old, and I hate it. Cypher turned towards the silver serving tray that was topped with a cloth, keeping his food warm. He was done stressing for now. He'd have to get creative. There might be a need for some help to get everyone working together on the same page. One of the fighters hadn't even opened his email yet. Couldn't really give the go-ahead to announce everything until the fighters at least knew what was happening. Right, fuck it. Cypher emailed Kim, letting him know that he was good to go with releasing the announcement. Okay, so that was a really short chapter. And that was fine. So one of them doesn't even know he's been selected. I'm the type of guy who would tell Facebook mothers the wholesome but right definitions for inappropriate internet vocabulary. I'm just waiting for someone to ask me what down bad means because I think it's funny. I love down bad. You're down bad for them. I think that's kind of a cute phrase, actually. He's got it bad. He's down bad. It's cute. But I think that is it for the day's stream. I'm not really worried about getting old, but I'm worried about the youngsters not being able to read or do basic math because bad for their freedom. It really is. I do worry about the kids' futures. But that's not for us to worry about. This is a fun stream where we read a book and it was great, and we don't think about the future. We just think about cute VTubers and how cute my start screen was. You get to see it again in my end stream. Yay! Copia. But anyway, actually, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you everyone in the chat. Thank you anyone who lurked. Thank you to anyone who watches the VOD. If you have not already, I would highly appreciate it if you could leave a like on the video and subscribe to my channel. It is 4K, and since it has been requested, I will play some Skyrim next week. to celebrate 4K, because, you know, that's a great option. I will look at some mods and things, and I will throw some silly things in there, and we can have a good time. It'll be great. Like, I could say download means you really love someone, and they tell me they're down bad for me and all their friends. Aww, wholesome Facebook mums. Think about how down bad for fallen angel, that's what he is. But that is it for today. I will have next week's schedule up soon, but there will be some Minecraft on Monday. That much I can tell you. So Minecraft tomorrow. Assistants be ready. But for then, until then, blah, blah, blah. I was messing with some hand cream, like a bottle of hand cream, and I just kept dropping it. And sorry, I'm getting distracted. This has been Brownie Roast with Life in the Forbidden Library. I had fun. I hope you had fun. Goodbye.